Right now, something interesting is happening in the tech world, and it's not getting as much mainstream attention as it probably should. While most people are focused on the latest smartphones, AI tools, or flashy software updates, there's a quieter shift happening underneath it all, and it revolves around Linux, not the old, complicated system people used to associate with programmers and hackers, but a modern, rapidly evolving platform that is slowly starting to challenge the dominance of big tech ecosystems. And the reason this matters is because companies like Microsoft, Apple, and even Google are beginning to notice that Linux is no longer just an alternative, it's becoming a real competitor in areas where they once had complete control. To understand why big tech is nervous, you have to first understand what Linux represents today. For years, Linux has been the backbone of the internet. It runs servers, powers cloud infrastructure, and dominates supercomputers. But ironically, on the desktop, it remained a niche choice. That is starting to change. Modern Linux distributions have become incredibly user-friendly, visually appealing, and stable. Installing Linux today is easier than installing Windows was a decade ago. Distros like Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Fedora, and newer ones like Nobara or Pop_OS are designed specifically to remove the complexity that used to scare away beginners. But ease of use alone isn't why big tech is paying attention. The real shift is about control. Big tech companies thrive on ecosystems. Apple has its closed ecosystem where hardware and software are tightly integrated. Microsoft has Windows tied into services like OneDrive, Office, and Azure. Google pushes Chrome OS and Android with deep integration into its cloud services. These ecosystems are designed to keep users inside, where their data, behavior, and spending can be managed and monetized. Linux disrupts that model completely because it is open source, meaning no single company controls it. When users switch to Linux, they are stepping outside those ecosystems. They are no longer locked into proprietary app stores, forced updates, or data collection systems. That's a big deal. It means users regain control over their devices, their software, and their privacy. And when enough users start doing that, it becomes a threat to the entire business model of companies that rely on ecosystem lock-in. Another reason big tech is getting nervous is the rise of gaming on Linux. For the longest time, gaming was the biggest weakness of Linux. If you wanted to play the latest AAA titles, Windows was basically mandatory. That has changed dramatically in the last few years, largely thanks to Valve and its Proton compatibility layer. Proton allows Windows games to run on Linux with little to no performance loss. Combined with the Steam Deck, which runs a Linux-based operating system, this has pushed Linux into the gaming spotlight in a way that was unthinkable before. The Steam Deck is especially important because it shows that Linux can power a mainstream consumer device successfully. It's not just a hobbyist system anymore. It's something regular people can use without even realizing they're using Linux. And that's exactly what makes big tech uneasy. When users don't even notice they've left the traditional ecosystem, it becomes much easier for Linux to grow quietly in the background. Then there's the issue of privacy. In recent years, concerns about data collection, surveillance, and user tracking have grown significantly. Windows and macOS both collect user data in various ways. And while companies argue it's for improving user experience, not everyone is comfortable with that. Linux offers a compelling alternative because most distributions are transparent about what they do, and many don't collect user data at all. For privacy-conscious users, this is a huge advantage. This growing awareness around privacy is pushing more people to explore Linux. And once they do, many realize that the experience is far better than they expected. As that perception fades, the barrier to entry disappears and more users start considering switching. Another factor is hardware compatibility improving rapidly. In the past, one of the biggest frustrations with Linux was getting hardware to work properly. Wi-Fi adapters, graphics cards, printers, and other peripherals often required manual configuration or didn't work at all. Today, most hardware works out of the box on major Linux distributions. Companies like AMD have embraced open-source drivers, and even NVIDIA, while still somewhat controversial in the Linux community, has made significant improvements in its Linux support. Laptop manufacturers are also starting to ship devices with Linux pre-installed. Companies like System76, Tuxedo, and even Dell with its XPS Developer Edition are showing that there is a real market for Linux-based systems. This reduces friction for new users and makes Linux more accessible than ever before. Cloud computing is another area where Linux dominates, and this is where things get especially interesting for big tech. Companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft rely heavily on Linux in their cloud infrastructure. But at the same time, they also want developers to stay within their platforms and tools. Linux gives developers the freedom to build and deploy applications anywhere without being tied to a specific vendor. That flexibility can weaken the grip that cloud providers have over developers. And developers are a key piece of this puzzle. When developers prefer Linux, they build tools and applications that work best on Linux. That creates a feedback loop where Linux becomes more attractive to users because it has better software support. Over time, this can shift the balance of power away from proprietary platforms. Artificial intelligence is adding another layer to this story. Most AI development happens on Linux. Frameworks, tools, and libraries are primarily designed with Linux in mind. This means that as AI becomes more important, Linux becomes even more central to the future of technology. Big tech companies are heavily invested in AI, but they are building on top of a foundation they don't fully control. That's a strategic vulnerability. Another subtle but important shift is happening in education. More schools, universities, and online courses are introducing students to Linux early on. Once someone becomes comfortable with Linux, they are more likely to continue using it in their professional life. This creates a new generation of users who are not tied to Windows or macOS by habit. And then there's the cost factor. Linux is free. In a world where software subscriptions are becoming the norm, a free operating system with no licensing fees is incredibly appealing. For individuals, it means saving money. For businesses, it means reducing costs at scale. This economic advantage makes Linux hard to ignore, especially in regions where cost sensitivity is high. Big tech companies are responding in different ways. Microsoft, for example, has embraced Linux in some areas. The Windows subsystem for Linux allows users to run Linux environments directly within Windows. Azure supports Linux extensively. On the surface, this looks like acceptance, but it's also a strategic move to keep Linux users within Microsoft's ecosystem, rather than losing them entirely. Apple, on the other hand, continues to focus on its tightly controlled ecosystem. While macOS has Unix roots, it is still a closed system. Apple's strategy relies on integration and user experience, but if Linux continues to improve its usability and hardware support, it could start appealing to users who want more freedom without sacrificing performance. Google is in an interesting position because Android is based on Linux, and Chrome OS is also Linux-based. However, Google's version of Linux is heavily customized and controlled. A rise in mainstream desktop Linux could reduce Google's influence over how people interact with Linux-based systems. What makes this moment different from the past is that multiple trends are converging at once. Usability is improving, gaming is becoming viable, privacy concerns are growing, hardware support is better, and developer adoption is increasing. None of these factors alone would be enough to challenge big tech, but together, they create momentum. It's not about Linux suddenly replacing Windows or macOS overnight. That's not realistic. The real story is about gradual change. It's about more people trying Linux, realizing it works, and deciding to stick with it. It's about developers choosing Linux as their primary environment. It's about companies considering Linux as a viable alternative instead of defaulting to proprietary systems. Big tech thrives on predictability and control. Linux introduces uncertainty. It's decentralized, community-driven, and constantly evolving in ways that are hard to control. That unpredictability is what makes it powerful, and also what makes it a source of concern for companies that prefer stable, controlled ecosystems. And perhaps the most important thing is that Linux aligns with a broader shift in how people think about technology. There is a growing desire for transparency, control, and ownership. People are starting to question the trade-offs they've been making for convenience. Linux offers a different model, one where users have more say in how their systems work. Whether Linux becomes dominant on the desktop or not is still an open question. But it doesn't have to dominate to make an impact. Even a modest increase in adoption can influence how big tech designs its products and services. It can push companies to be more transparent, more user-friendly, and less restrictive. So when you hear that big tech is nervous about Linux, it's not because Linux is suddenly taking over everything. It's because Linux represents a shift in power. It's a reminder that users have alternatives, that control can be decentralized, and that the future of computing doesn't have to be owned by a handful of corporations. And right now, that idea is spreading faster than ever.